Ritesh, you created a company on a technology platform. Now, one of the biggest challenges is about job creation. It's about skilling, and you referred to the university where you are investing in skilling. But tell me, what is the future of jobs in this sector? Do you see reskilling? Do you see destruction of jobs and a new category of jobs being created, or do you think that people would, there would be some kind of a squeeze? Jobs will reduce and people will have to look for jobs in other sectors.
So, in my mind, hospitality is one of those industries which is waiting for a creation of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of jobs. And clearly so, because of 2 to 3 major reasons. On one side, all of us hear things like that of unemployment is at its peak and so on and so forth. On the other hand, we are out there for recruiting people both for our self-run properties and for our franchised partner properties. In both of these sectors, we are seeing that the unemployability is actually at its peak, especially because people are not skilled, people have not been built in a manner where they are really wanting to do big things on a daily basis. Which is why, like I told you, we've invested in our own training academy to train kids and ensure that they can reach levels of competence to come in and work together and be great hospitality people. And we are seeing incredible passion from each one of them to come in and work here. So we feel, and we recently signed a partnership agreement with Skill Ministry as well to train and graduate more than 300,000 people over the next 5 years who can come in and work in the hospitality industry. Naturally, none of us can run away from the technology revolution coming. Remember, there will soon come a time when check-ins will not need human beings. Check-ins will be all automated. But remember, whenever people are replaced by technology, it is never a zero-sum game, because effectively hotels have been struggling for a long time to build a great culture inside the accommodation. And remember, this reception or front office people can be incredibly good culture creators or community managers of these hotels. And we are investing in our hotel managers to not just be the reception, mundane job guys who can check in and check out people, but who can be community managers who can ensure a great experience in there.
Hospitality by definition means people.
Yes.
People welcoming you and making you comfortable. But the job creation, you're saying that you're looking for people, you can't find them. You say that there is a possible requirement of 1 million more people in the hospitality sector only for India. But why is there this gap? What can be done to bridge this gap where if you want to hire another 20,000 people and there are 1 million people waiting to get a job, what needs to be done to make sure they are available to you?
There are 2 specific things, Pranjal, on this. The first one is what we would need the government or the education industry to do, which is help with more facilities to be able to train and educate these people. The good news is India as a country has Atithi Devo Bhava in our own genes, right, like built out, which is why our services are considered the best in the world. So being able to educate is not going to be as hard as you would imagine. But the second thing that needs to be done, which is what we are attempting to solve, which is the private industry has to solve for, is ensuring confirmed employment for these people. My heart goes out when I see incredibly talented hospitality people picking up phone calls, because India already generates very good graduates from multiple hotel management institutes, but effectively the compensation ranges are not as exciting in the hospitality industry that people have to then start looking at other industries. So that is where we will have to make sure that we enable the smartest kids employment with a good life, so they go and tell their family friends that the next time you're looking for your next potential job, think about hospitality.
And you think that investment in this transition skills, if I may, has to be done by the sector, by the industry leaders or the government? Because everybody feels that it should be the other bunch of people doing it.
No, I think it has to be a combined effort. There is, reality is we have to do more than the government, because effectively it's our self-interest attached to it other than the mutual interest, right? There's a mutual interest of skilling India, but there's a self-interest of building a great organization which grows up rapidly, for which the only bottleneck is having great people come in and serve our guests and having those experiences built out. So naturally, we as industry leaders need to do it, which is why we are investing in doing a lot of these things. But the only request with government and respective authorities is the support and enablement, which we are seeing happen increasingly so. But I feel personally that just Oyo is not the hospitality player facing this problem. If you ask any hospitality leader, if you ask the Taj Group, if you ask the Oberoi Group, each one will tell you the same problem of saying that we need to get great talent to come into this industry. Land is not as much a problem. Maybe construction is a little bit of a problem.
Can technology offer a solution? So there are online courses for a lot of other, skill sets or for higher education. But here, especially the category you are looking at, so a lot of small towns, tier 3 or tier 4 cities, where people have experience but not the skills.
Yes.
Where they have been working, but they don't really have a visibility and understanding of the best practices, the work ethic and culture. And because it's such a fragmented market, perhaps technology is the only way to reach out to them and help them. Do you think that is possible? Can you do something about that?
Yeah, so we've been so all our content is fully digitized, which means none of our content needs to have a real human being. There are only two very important skill sets, and I'm glad you brought this word up: empathy and soft skills. These are two incredibly important skills in the hospitality industry. Of course, grooming, etc. are very commoditized stuff that we can deliver for our employees. But these are two things that are extremely important for us. And hence, and we've seen consistently that these two things can be built with great digitized courses. And more than that, enable access for all. So imagine today, if somebody has to become a hospitality guy, he has to leave his home and probably go 300 kilometers away at an institute for 2 years to graduate. Whereas in the new generation, he should literally be able to go 500 meters from his home at a place and just read online curriculum, or maybe at his home, he'd see videos on a mobile phone and be able to give an examination on mobile and say that now I'm ready to become at least the first level of hospitality.
He can take a 2-hour break at his workplace.
Absolutely.
And pick up some new skills.
Absolutely. So that's a very big focus area for us. We've initially started by digitizing all our curriculums, but we feel that in the next 6 months to a year, we will build a fully democratic setup for absolutely anyone to be able to come in and work with Oyos, and also make sure that the best quality talent is looking at hospitality industry as a choice of industry rather than as one of the industries to work for.
So keeping in mind that you think big, would this reach to, let's say this could be something like an Oyo certificate? How many people do you think you can touch or impact their lives through this?
I think in the next few years, again, it's tough to say in the next 6 months to a year, maybe, that will start running into thousands at that point of time, but we don't know how much. But at least in the next 3 to 5 years, we believe it will certainly be in lakhs. We would have more than 1 lakh people whom we would have touched by using this kind of a medium. Because reality is this industry is growing at a ferocious pace.
And that's perhaps the model for the industry and the government to look at in terms of spreading it and making it scale up.
Yeah, and look, I'm a big fan of Ola and Uber as companies, right? They have created employment for hundreds and thousands of people who earlier used to do some job or the other, probably not jobs at all, and now they can just drive and earn salaries in the range of 4 to 5 lakhs a year. So we can hopefully do something better and in bigger scale.
Ritesh, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And for sharing your vision and ambition, and I hope that a lot of the things that you say would inspire the industry itself to transform itself. Thank you.
Thank you so much.